What's up, PokerBEASTs? Kato here, and today we're playing cards. As you can see, this room is packed. It's always packed, and because of that, we're moving to a bigger poker room. We're getting a new space. We're going to get 5 more permanent tables at least. And in other news, we have a beautiful poker series coming up at the beginning of next month. Check the description for that. It's going to be advertised in my description for the next month until the series. And then on a Thursday after that series, we're going to do a PokerBEASTs meetup, and let's see if we can get other vloggers down here. It's going to be a lot of fun. So without further ado, let's hit the call.
Welcome back to the vlog. Today I'm buying in for $600. How is that possible? Well, it's because I'm playing 2-5. It's a little over my typical buy-in of 100 bigs. The 1-3 games were looking meh, and so I said, what's going on over there at the 2-5? Well, what's going on at the 2-5 can best be described by how Dave R put it in my last video. Hey, I was playing with you last night, wild game, crazy ranges and all-ins galore, variance up the wazoo. If that doesn't explain enough, let me show you a hand to give you an example. We've got a 3-way all-in on the flop for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. The player in seat 9 has pocket aces, the player in seat 1 has king queen of spades, and the player in seat 8 has 7 jack of clubs. The board is 10 3 queen 2 clubs. The turn is the 10 of hearts, and the river is the 8 of clubs. Jack 7 of clubs takes the pot, an over $2,000 pot. Let's get into this session. I folded a lot of hands, sizing up the table. If you bet 30, everyone's calling. If you 3-bet, everyone's calling. I get ace-king offsuit. I'm in the low jack, $600 on my stack. There's a straddle on the pot. The middle position player limps, and I bump it up. Let's make it $60. To me, that's a lot of money, even with a premium like ace-king. But to the big blind, it's not. He makes the call. The under-the-gun player makes the call, and the middle position also makes the call. $242 in the pot already. We're headed to the flop 4 ways. The dealer puts out 10, 10, 6. Of course, my ace-king doesn't hit. I'm not sure if you guys feel the same way, but ace-king is kind of a brutal hand to play. You get your ace, people get scared. You get your king, people get scared. If you get your ace and someone hits their 2-pair with their ace, you can be in big trouble. Mine's not even suited, and I've completely whiffed the flop. It checks around the middle position player. He bets $210. $452 already in the middle of the pot, and I have no other choice but to toss my hand away. There's 2 players left to act behind. I don't have a pair. Let's go on to the next hand. Ace of diamonds, king of spades didn't work. This is the very next hand, and again, I get ace of diamonds, king of spades. This exact same hand, back to back, middle position, $540 in my stack now. The under the gun player's limped, and I'm going to bump it up $30. There's no way I'm going to whiff this hand twice in a row. Let's see if anyone wants to come along. You know they do. The hijack makes the call. The small blind makes the call. The big blind makes the call. Anyone else? Oh, of course, the under the gun player makes the call. We're headed to the flop 5 ways, $150 in the pot. And the dealer puts out 3 queen 7. Whiffed it again. I've been patient, waiting for premiums. I've gotten 2 in a row, dipped my toes in, invested $90, and I have nothing to show for it. The small blind leads out, donk bets for $90. It folds around to me, and I have no choice but to lay this one down. Let's take a quick second to go over the emotions that I'm feeling. Everything is amplified in this 2-5 game. I'm very comfortable playing 1-3, but when you get to 2-5, you lose money a lot faster. Sure, you can make it a lot faster as well, but you have to keep your head on straight. I looked down at ace-5 in the cutoff, $510 on my stack. There's a straddle on the pot. The under the gun player bumps it up to $20. The middle position player makes the call. I make the call. I could 3-bet here. I'm a little shook after the 2 ace-king hands. I think it's better to just see a flop and see what develops. I don't want to be investing too many of my chips right at the beginning of the session. The small blind has other plans. He decides he wants to bump it up to 125. The middle position player makes the call. And once again, I'm just going to fold. I'm learning very quickly that at this table, you have to pay to play. My $500 stack means nothing to these people. They have $1,000, $2,000. And so I'm going to be waiting for a strong hand. Oh, what's this? Ace-jack offsuit? Frankly, I don't even really want to play it, but it's too strong to fold. There's a straddle on the pot. The middle position player limps. The other middle position player limps. And I'm in the low jack. I've got good position. I've got a good hand. I have to put in a raise. $60. Once again, the $60 bet is a big bet, but really at this table, it doesn't mean much. The button makes the call. The big blind makes the call. The under the gun player makes the call. The middle position player makes the call. We are obviously at a table where the ranges are being played very wide. I can't imagine what you would limp for $10 with, that you wouldn't raise with, but you would call $60. The dealer puts out the flop, 5-5-7. Once again, I've completely missed everything. I have no draws. I have no anything. I have a high card, an ace, ace jack. It's a decent hand. It's checked to me. And just like the king queen hand from the last episode, I charge like a raging bull into 4 matadors, spears at the ready. I bet $130. Tilt can present itself in many ways, and some of those ways can be hidden even to yourself. There are many forms of tilt. I would consider this one form, and I'm going to be paying the price. The button makes the call, $130, bringing the pot to $672. Hopefully no one else wants to tangle. Hopefully, for the love of the Lord, no one else puts in a raise. But no, we get another caller. The middle position player also calls, completing the action on the flop, $802 in the pot, and the dealer puts out the turn. It's the 10 of diamonds. I have $190 invested in this pot with absolutely nothing. And to make matters worse, there's 2 players, a paired board, 3 diamonds. What else could go wrong? I'll tell you what else can go wrong. The middle position player decides to donk bet out for $350. Things have gone from bad to worse. I'm being smacked around like Odd Job in Slappers Only on GoldenEye level complex. Wow, that just hit me with some nostalgia. I really needed to feel that great feeling, because what's going on in my session is pure misery. Once again, I'm tossing the cards into the muck. Get those things away from me, dealer. I'm buying back in, topping off $400, $677 in my stack. I'm in for $1,000 total. Mom, I hope you're not watching, but if you are, I love you. The next hand I get on the button is King Queen offsuit, $677 in my stack. The under the gun player's limped. The middle position player bumps it up to $40. I'm spending a lot of time developing and trying to understand correct preflop ranges. It's the first decision in the decision tree, and it matters a lot. The king-queen offsuit is a 3-bet about 20% of the time and a clear fold 70-80% of the time. I decided to just make the call. As far as I understand it, and maybe someone can elaborate on this in the comments so that we can all learn a little bit, but with your marginal hands like king-queen offsuit, you really don't want to be calling a raise. You want to be 3-betting to isolate, to put pressure on, to disguise your range. The under the gun player also makes the call. We're headed 3 ways to the flop with $127 in the pot, and the dealer puts out ace-7-6. The middle position player bets $75, $202 in the pot. Once again, I've missed. The ace on the board is really not good for me. I do have backdoor spade draw, but it's the third nuts. I'm just going to fold this one as well. We're down to $637 in my stack. And the next hand I look at is Jack-10 offsuit. There's a straddle on the pot. The middle position player bumps it up to 25. The low jack makes the call. The hijack grabs some chips and throws them in the pot. He makes the call. I'm going to make the call as well. Jack-10 is a decent playable hand. I have the second to best position. The button makes the call. The small blind thinks about it, grabs some chips. Why not make this a family pot? He thinks better of it and folds. The big blind completes, and the under the gun straddler throws in the $15. 7 ways to the flop, $177 in the pot, and the dealer puts out something good for me this time. 10, 7, 9. I hit the top pair. I have a decent kicker. I have a gut shot straight draw. It checks around to the low jack, who decides he's going to take the first stab of the pot. He makes it $75. The hijack makes the fold, and I have a decision to make. I'm definitely going to be calling. Do I want to put in a raise? I don't think I do with all the players behind. I just make the call. $75. It's a dangerous board. It's a lot of people in the pot. Luckily, the button folds, the big blind folds, the under the gun player folds, and the middle position player folds. We're now heads up going to the turn. It's the king of hearts. Backdoor hearts are coming in. The king is over my pair of tens. Do I have a lot of kings in my opponent's range? Maybe king 10, king 9, queen jack is a possibility. He looks back at his cards. What could he be looking at? He's taking a good long look at those cards, deciding on what to do. He's grabbing chips. He's grabbing green chips. He's grabbing a lot of green chips. He's stacking them up, and he puts in $250. Puts a little pizzazz on that throw at the end. It's a spicy bet, and I'm faced with a decision. If I make this call, I'm basically going to be all in on the river. $280 will be left to my stack. I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to think this one out, think it through thoroughly. First of all, this player has been involved with a lot of pots. He's been overly aggressive, I would say. I've seen him make bluffs in the past, and when I think about the bet on the flop into so many players, it was pretty small. If he's holding pocket 10s, pocket 7s, pocket 9s, I'm blocking the pocket 10s. I'm blocking the straights. I'm unblocking hearts. Remember, this is the guy that went all in with king, queen offsuit, one pair. He's willing to gamble. I'm factoring all these things in, and my gut is telling me, do not fold. My mind is telling me, Cato, toss it away. But my gut is telling me, think about it just a little bit more. The only hands I'm really worried about are king 10, queen jack, or jack 8. I'm blocking every single one of those hands. Does he have king 10? Does he have queen jack? Does he have jack 8? I don't think so. I grab chips, I cut them with intention, and I put $250 in the middle of the pot. If I'm willing to commit this many chips, I think I should probably just go all in. But I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I have second pair. My kicker is a jack. I'm at the mercy of my gut at this moment. The dealer pulls the chips in the pot and puts out the 2 of hearts, the backdoor hearts to get there. I have $280 in my stack. I expect that my opponent might check, but no, he goes and grabs more greens. 200, 250, 275. He looks at my chip stack, counts them perfectly, grabs 280 and puts me all in. Not a penny more, not a penny less. At this point, there's so many chips in the pot. At $1,107, do I have any choice but to call? Can I fold? Should I fold? Should I have folded on the turn? Should I have raised on the flop? All these things are going through my head. Why is he still showing so much aggression? Hearts have gotten there. A straight has gotten there. What did he have on the flop that is still good, still worth putting me all in on the river? I'm calling BS. I don't think he has it. I don't think he had it on the turn. And what the hell am I doing putting hundreds of dollars in the pot with just second pair? I make the call, and I brace for impact, wondering what he has, but he doesn't even touch his cards. He's not flipping them over in victory. The longer time passes and he hasn't shown me what he has, the better off I am. And then finally,
good call. 7.
7, 5 of clubs, a pair of 7s. Did I just do something brilliant? Or did I do something really stupid? You tell me in the comments, because I sure as hell still don't know.
Call with just a 10. Wow. Wow, that's impressive, actually. Just a 10. You didn't put me on chips or nothing, huh? I'm impressed. That was a great call.
I finally have a stack worthy of the 2-5 game. $1,383 in my stack. This is a very exciting and very long session. I decided to break it up into 2 parts. Don't worry, part number 2 drops first thing tomorrow morning. It's action-packed. Make sure you get back to see it. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a like. Cato out.